Welcome back to another episode. We started this last week and I was liking it, and we kept the episode a little bit short, but I'm hoping because I did that, I'll have a little bit more inspiration to work on this today. So let's go ahead and just listen to what we have and get right into it. Okay, that was neater than I remember it being, so that's cool. So let's see. Okay, I think we should do this. I think like that would be a little bit better, just to switch it up a little bit more. So is it this one? Okay, now where do we go from here is a question. Do we just like, so I guess technically this would be chorus and then like, I don't know, post-chorus. I don't know exactly how strong structures are. I just do them based on how I like. So maybe we even could do. That could be kind of cool. Maybe we just leave an open note here. So we could probably double this because I don't know how long the actual like notes take to ring out. So I guess might as well. yeah, what I might do is just do this and then do the same thing with the bass too. Hopefully I won't have to adjust the levels too much later, but it is what it is if I have to. And then we could use this as like a lead into a breakdown, and then it would go back into this section. So we could even do like copy this, and maybe we want like a double, or is that 16 bars? Yeah, 16 bars. And then okay, so what I actually want is this probably, and then it would maybe I don't want that actually. Let's do this, and maybe we will take this away. Let's see. And then maybe we can do maybe we can try to get something, a pattern going, and then we can use like the bass and the like arpeggiator type thing to intro that into the section, and then it would go back into like the main part that we were working on last episode. So let's move this over, do that, and then I guess I didn't need to do that. Let's do this, make MIDI, and then do like a, let's, I think I'm wanting like, then if I do like a, because sometimes it sounds like really harmonic. Is it because there's pitch bends on these like infills? Okay, then I want like a, I'm gonna try like a, I guess it would just be like string or like scraping or something that I would want for something like this. So let's actually drag it down. Let's do dead note, or palm mute rather. And then I guess we could actually do this one open, which would be kind of cool. But what I want is like let's see, there's noise up here, I think. I don't know what pinch means. Does that even work for my application here? Obviously that's tap, I understand that. Oh, force, I assume is what it means. Okay. So I'm wanting like just like a, I guess a palm mute type deal, but we want it, I guess, a C. What if I just keep doing this in between? Okay, that's not quite right. I don't think I need the sustain here. So I want it, maybe it might even make sense just to put it on a separate track. So I'll just duplicate this, delete. And I think I honestly would rather use the Odin actually than using the Axure. One, because I don't have to reload into the library, which isn't a big deal really. But two, because I think honestly the Odin sounds a little bit better to my ears. When I got the Axure, I was like, yeah, this sounds really good. Like I like how this sounds, but I don't know, like ease of use. I don't know. There's something about the Axure that just doesn't sound as good as the Odin for me. And maybe I was using Odin 2 when I got Axure, and then I got Odin 3 shortly after that. But I'm not sure. So, okay, pitch needs to go before, right? So we can do, I guess we could actually just do this. Create the MIDI clip. And then if you do both or select both, you can see where the other one is playing. But I think that also gives you, I want this to be like my primary. So is there a way to do that to be the primary? What does this do? I don't think my keys loaded. Yeah, they didn't. So what does this mean for me? Does it need to go before or just took a second? Took a second? Okay, bud. Yeah, it needs to go after. Right, maybe it just needed a second. Okay, and then I can do this. And this is, I want these to be the main ones. So how do I do that? You select one first. Yeah, you do select one first. Okay, so you want, okay, so you select both and then you just click on the one that you want to do. Okay, so I don't really need to mess with any of the main like rhythm dependent, well, if we even use that rhythm. I'm thinking, I guess what we could do is, honestly, I guess we don't need to see this top rhythm. We can just see. Okay. Okay. And then I think since I offset it a little bit, we just... What if I do alt mute? And then I legato this. No, alt mute close. Well, maybe a little bit of reverb would help me out here. Or just a different even... Maybe the little plex needs to just be a little bit louder. Let's do this. I feel like it needs to be like... Is it a scrape is what I want? What if I just did that? Does that mean... Okay, I don't know really what that is. let's just see how this sound. I don't know if this is quite what I'm trying to do, but it's something for sure. It's doing something, that's for sure. Okay, so I basically just need the alt mute close, which is that there note there. Okay, so we can just basically do this. It opens back up at the ends of each. Does this need to be? Is that why? Why is this so out of tune? What is going on there? Did I accidentally change that like one of the last times we were on? And how did I not notice that at all? I feel like I did a little bit when I was doing that section, but... I don't know if I'm really digging that, but could be just like a cool variation. Drums definitely will make it how, like it, you know what I mean? Like it'll make it or break it for sure. Let's do this. And okay, and then we'll set length, up these guys. Now, the question is, do we go with like a ride, kind of like closed off groove type deal, or do we want like do we just go full in? I was thinking like a ride deal, but maybe full in would be cool. We start at 127. These guys can have variations, like a 9 variation, deviation as well. Okay. Yeah, no thanks. That sounds like doo-doo. In my mind, I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. No excuses for that one. Might as well just legato these and just, I don't even know. Okay, then this can just go back to being open, and this one, whatever the keystroke is, for it to be open as well. I'll just leave that there. Okay, so I don't know if that quite does what I want it to do per se. I mean, because I guess what we could do is do this and introduce this back into the mix. Something like that could work. And then we just elongate it. Let's get this guy on it. I'm just gonna go ahead and freeze this. I guess I could freeze and bounce, huh? Whatever, I'll just do its thing. And then I'm going to think like this. Oh, I was gonna say, that did not even kick into the right spot. Maybe we just go back to reality. Whoop, there goes gravity. All right. Did we just go all the way down? I kind of want to like affect this a little bit more, like maybe thermal could do, like add some distortion, etc., just to make it sound a little bit more interesting. Okay, is there a key section in thermal? How do I get in here again? Let's see, that's the mod. Oops, I don't want to do that. Feedback. What was the one I was just on? That's probably fine, honestly, and we'll just use a little OTT. We'll just use a little OTT. We'll take a little bit of this. I might as well just modulate this too, huh? Was I not? What if I actually do this? We can do this. Do this. And this. And then I think we just go directly into a breakdown then. And then I think we do like a... basically just copies and does its thing again. Okay, that has to be something, right? And then we will I guess we'll just, I mean, I feel like this pad works for this situation. I might even do something like this, or actually even something like this. And then let's do some pitch bends as well. Make it sound a little bit more interesting. I don't know if they really work on like a pluck. I guess they wouldn't. Whatever, honestly. Something will happen. And maybe we do this. Or we do this. Yeah, why not? And then second part of the loop. I don't think I really need you to select those, but it'll open up a little bit more. And I'm sure that'll be cool. And then get into here. Let's clear the envelope. And then let's get these notes to where they need to be, which all kicks. I low-key think a part of writing is that like makes me like get off my groove a little bit is trying to work on the fills in between. Like I think that's something that maybe I should just save for a little bit later and then come back and figure out what works when you've listened to the track a couple times. Because what I've been doing is I'll export a track and then I'll put it into my folder and I'll listen to it like in the car several times, XYZ, and then you kind of figure out like what timings don't work and stuff like that, because in electronic music everything can be exactly on the T and it sounds fine because everything else is like perfectly in sync with the tempo. But with metal you can have stuff that is off tempo and it sounds right versus it being on tempo, if that makes sense. So sometimes a fill will sound cool while you're working on it, and then when you listen to it back it sounds like it's out of place a little bit. So I think maybe just doing that part second to last, or as like one of the other things I do before like the final, you know, iterations of the track, whether that be sitting down to do the vocals or standing up, honestly, or just like when you don't have anything else to work on, you want to work on something, just something that you can kind of put your time to doing. What I can probably actually do for this one though, because I see the pattern right here, is I could probably just do this and I'll just have that in there because I can already like visually see it, so we can see if it works or not. So I'll do that. I will ramp up the velocities, and then let's do just the kicks. Well, and then we will deselect that one, and then we can do these as a random for 9, just so they're a little bit off. Same thing with the snares. We'll just do again that same random, and then let's throw in the far left crash and the China, of course. These guys can be basically all the way up for the first one, and then let's copy them here to the end of this first like 4 bars. Again, that 9, and then everything can do the humanize and then copy and paste the symbols, and hopefully that sounds cool. And then like vocally, I think that'd probably copy and paste and you do that again. It sounds like it like something is a little bit too high. I'm not sure exactly what, but I think that's where I will stop it again. So just why, like, there's still some stuff to do. So like this would probably get copy and pasted. We can come back to that once we listen to it again next week. And then I think we'll probably either it doubles and then it goes back into the chorus, or it just ends like that. So let's listen to it all together and see what we like or we don't like, and we can make note of that and revisit it next week. Okay, so as you can hear, some of the stuff, the pacing is off, so we'll have to fix that. But otherwise, like, the elements are there. We'll just have to fit them into the kind of the puzzle. So hopefully you learned something from the episode. Hopefully you enjoyed. If, this is on in the background or something, hopefully it was cool for you to listen to. But yeah, we'll see you on the next one.